Hey, welcome back to BTide. In this video, what we are going to do, we are going to make the matchmaking system. Let me just show you that. So we have the login system from PlayFab as usual, and we now have a find match button also. So if we press it says finding match, then it says waiting for match, and then it cancels it because I'm alone and lonely in life. So hope you understand. But yeah, we can also go to the PlayFab's website and then go to matchmaking test one and then go to usage and check all the stats we have. You see we just made a waiting for match event and then it was cancelled a few seconds later, and average time to cancel is also given. Now why we didn't match with anyone? For the sake of this video, we won't be doing the server thing, that is this. That's why the logic we have currently is wait for two users. If two users join, then open the server from PlayFab. And because the PlayFab servers was a topic of another video, we will keep it only till matchmaking. So if you are not going to use the PlayFab servers, you can just make open level node and open whichever level you want to do. So yeah, that's all. Hope you subscribe the channel. I'm just saying that for the first time ever on this channel. So yeah, if you can subscribe, that's a big thing. And yeah, let's continue. Okay, so welcome back to the screen. Just let's get started as usual. So the first thing which we need to do is open our game folder and then open our game instance. Then you remember we did update shop and purchase the items where we made paid items also. So yeah, now let's create a new function. It's start match making. So before starting the matchmaking thing, we need two things. That is, first thing is entity token that would be used in the things ahead, and also the PlayFab ID, and we don't have any of these. So just let's go above and go to event login. So when the user logins, PlayFab provides us this success event where we have our just let me yeah, if you get this result and break client login result, you get the entity token. So what you need to do is just make it a variable and plug this here. We also need the PlayFab ID, which is also provided on login. So yeah, you have the PlayFab ID, promote it to a variable like this, and select this and hide unconnected pins. So but what if a user has registered for the first time? So for the registration also, registration account, we get break client PlayFab user result, and we get the entity token and PlayFab ID here also. So you can just drag this here and drag the PlayFab ID also and plug them here. Yeah. Now on start matchmaking event, we need to make a do once event, because I have noticed if the event is called more than once at a time, it crashes the engine. I don't know why, but using do once is a good thing. And make one more custom event and name this reset matchmaking and drag this into the reset option. So once a start matchmaking is called, when we call this again, then only the logic behind this can be called. So after this, we need to construct a JSON object. Construct JSON object. That means we are creating a JSON, a new JSON in editor, and you can just name this creator settings, because PlayFab names them as creator settings. Yeah, and then you get this entity token and get object field. So the thing is, This entity token has three different things. Firstly, the entity and two other entity names and different types of variable. But in creator settings, what we will have will be like, it will only have the entity token, not the other things. So from entity token variable, we are taking the value of entity only and putting them in the creator settings. I hope I'm clear. And just put entity here and write the and here make it set object field and drag this JSON object here, and in the field name we will have entity. Just let me check if I'm doing it right. Yeah, now what we need to do next is we need to create a matchmaking ticket. So create matchmaking ticket. So it's like getting a ticket for a queue, which is like, if you have gone for a roller coaster ride, then hundreds of people are standing in a queue. So it's just the ticket to get inside the park, type of something like that. So you make you get it make, and yeah, it requests for creator settings. So just get this creator setting and plug it here. If you pull this down, you say you get the queue name. So we don't have a queue name, right? So what we need to do is we need to open our browser and then just go to okay, so welcome back. So basically we need to go to our PlayFab website because we have to create a queue. So when you are on this website, you need to go to the multiplayer section and then to matchmaking. So it says no queues found. So you just need to press new queue. So queue name, you can name anything, whatever you like, but it should be rememberable so that we can put it there easily. So I will name this test1. Now match size is the minimum number of players and the maximum number of players you want to have. If you hover over it, it would give you more information. I would put this 2 to 6 because I need 6 players in the match, round based matches. And this is ticket size. So basically if you like, you cannot have millions of tickets as at a point, right? So in one ticket, how many players are allowed to get into the match? So if we have 0, then it like it says the maximum number of players allowed in a single ticket, matchmaking ticket. I would just pick this 2 and show number of player matching. Yes, show the time to. These are statistics and we will be using them. So yeah, we needed this. And if you are using PlayFab servers, you need to tick this. We will be using the PlayFab servers in the next video. I'm working on it, so we will let it unticked for now, but in future we will tick it. And now just create queue. You can have additional teams here, but these settings will also be played with in the future videos. So when you have this test1, we need to get back to our editor and put this test1. Now it asks one more thing, that is gave up after seconds. So basically how many seconds you want to try to get the player into the match. So for instance, the PlayFab could not find a match for him, so it will keep on trying to find one for like X seconds. So this is the X. So you can put 60. So PlayFab will try to find a match for this user till 60 seconds. 60 seconds. Yeah. Oops, I hid this. Give up after seconds and queue name. If you hide unconnected pins, it will remove it. So we have to put it test1 60. And on failure, we will just get the event dispatcher we made. That is on failure PlayFab. And on success, match making success, we will get the ticket ID from the user and make it a variable. drag this up here. Next thing which we need to do is we need to create a timer. So make it set timer by event. And now this will check if this ticket ID has any users or not. So the match connected with this ticket ID, if it is valid, then we will join the match, or else we will just check if any other user joins a match or not. So you can just custom event and make it set find match timer. Right click this and make it promote to a variable, and name is match finder timer handle. So now this on find match, we need to get the matchmaking ticket. So what we will do is we will go here and create a new function, a new custom event, that is get matchmaking ticket. And from here, as the name says, you just need to get the matchmaking ticket. So this escape object is not of our any use, but this ticket ID is of our use. So you remember we made the variable, just call that variable here. And for queue name, just put this test1 and just compile. And on failure, we will get the event dispatcher as usual on failure. And for success, get match making success. Break this. So we have got the match ID which is related with this ticket ID. So ticket ID is for a person and match ID is for the whole match. I hope you understand, or I will explain it in the end also. So you get this match ID here. So right click, promote it to a variable. We didn't need it as a variable, but okay. Now here, if you see, it gives you an status. So let's do one thing. Print string the status, and it's get matchmaking ticket. So on start matchmaking event, go up on the timer and call get matchmaking. Matchmaking. Why is it not getting? Let me just check what I named it. Get match. Oh, it's not having an M. Get matchmaking ticket. Get matchmaking ticket. This function. Let's see if it works. Let's go to our menu, main menu, widgets, and main menu. Copy a button, Control D. On Mac it doesn't work anyways, so we need to get it down here and change the text to find match. And when this button is pressed, we can just get the game instance, and we can create a function for that. Create a new function in the BI game instance, name this start matchmaking. Compile and save. Get back to the main menu, call start matchmaking. And in the BP game instance, where we called this start matchmaking, call start matchmaking making event start matchmaking, and drag this here. Let's see if it works. Where is the map for this map? And login. Play. Oops, it's playing as 2. Let's make it standalone and single player. Did I do something wrong? No, it was right. So I will log in. So I got logged in. If I press on find match, read here, waiting for match, waiting for match, waiting for match, and it will just go on. So which proves that the event tick is going on. Oh, sorry, this function is running again and again. And if it is waiting for match, that means the ticket ID is valid. That means this ticket ID which we are passing is valid. Let's try something else. If I put it something like 43444, it should either crash or put some error, some type of error. So yeah, let me just, what was the timer I gave it? Okay, so it will give up for searching match after 60 seconds. That's why it didn't go through. Yeah, you say users exceeding the minimum, something like that. What that means is that user cannot find a match at this current point. And now you see it must be a valid GUID string invalid parameters. That means the ticket ID which we gave them in the starting was correct. So just pass this here. Now, if this status is matched, that means the user has been matched with someone, then we can get into that match. So if this is equal, case insensitive, because it can create problem in future. So if it is matched, make a branch. And one more thing which you can do is right click this status and promote this to a variable also, so that we can update the status in our UMG. And if the user is matched, oops, yeah, if the user, let me just check. Yeah, if the user is matched, then we just need to get this and clear the handle. This way we don't need to again and again run this event. And then we need to get the matchmaking. Let me just create a new function firstly, that is custom event get match making, and name this get match making ticket. So this will tell us if what are the user details, that is who is in the match. Oops, sorry, this function is wrong. Let me just delete this. Why did it go off? Yeah, so on this get matchmaking, we need to get the match which we are in or which we have found just now, and then make a multiplayer get match request. So we need to pass the match ID here, and queue name will be test1. I don't think we need this escape object and return member attributes. And on failure, we will just create an event and get this failure event. And on success, we will just say get match success. So if we get this successfully, we will break the match result and we get a lot of things, that is the members and the server event, server details. So this server details is the most important thing, because for if you are using a PlayFab server, then this is the assigned server for that match. So this you will have to make it, and you will have to get the IP of the server and then join this IP. So what we can do is make an for each loop, because we want to get all the members who are in the match, and then we need to get yeah, or we can do one thing, we can directly get the server details. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's get the server details, and we can get object get object array field, because so the first thing which the server would have would be the port, which port we have to join. So there would be multiple ports in a match, so we will just make this ports, and there would be 777 or any port number, so we can just get that first one. In the server video we will talk about how we are going to do that, but you don't need to worry about that, so just let follow. And then we need to get the IPv4 address, that is the IP address of that. So we need to get the field, and that is IPv4 address. Now this will be an string. One more thing which we can take from here is no things, this is okay. And then after a delay of maybe 2 seconds, just to give time for all this data to be loaded, we can open our level. Open level by name and format text. Can we break the string to name? Yeah, and make it format text. Let me just, or we can use append. Yeah, so we can just put open here, and in this open IP address we need to pass the address, that is this IPv address, and then this has to be getting as a string too. Get field, okay, so this is passed as a number, so we will get this number and then pass it as a string. So on C we will put this dash sign, and on D we will join this here. So the matchmaking logic is complete. Yes, we have finally completed the matchmaking also. But before going, we want to make our UMG better, because I can't showcase this opening level because we have not set up the server, which is a very tedious job for me to fix currently, but I will fix it very soon, and I would come up with a video for this server details. So the next thing which we need to do is the status we got, we need to update it in the main menu so that the user knows what is the status of the match. So what we can do is we can go to BI game instance, create a new function, name it get match making status, make an output. This should be string and boolean should be string. Go to main menu, from here get matchmaking status, get to the designer, make this a variable, this text as a variable, drag this here, set text, and text should be this. Now get to the BP game instance and go to interfaces and get matchmaking status, plug this in, and in the status default value put this finding match. Compile and save. Let's go and test it out. Login. It logins perfectly. I find match, it says finding match, then it says waiting for match, please say that, Please say, we are waiting for you. Please say that matchmaking rate limit exceeded. Let's check if we made a mistake. Oh, let's do one thing. Firstly, make a delay here, and on 1 second, every 1 second, we need to update the status. This is the first fault I just figured out. And then in the game status, I don't think I made a mistake, but still I will check. Yeah, everything is correct. Let's decrease the timer from for testing purposes to 5. And I will press on find match. It says finding match and waiting for match. So waiting for match means that a player is finding is the playfab is trying to figure out that if someone else is interested in getting into matched. Don't get it wrong, but I hope you understand. So yeah, and cancelled means they cannot find more. I don't know why this error is coming, but yeah, I will figure that out too. So let me just explain what happened. So basically we created creator settings that will hold our entity token, which is returned by playfab when we log in into the game. And when we gave it the creator settings and we told which queue to use, it created a matchmaking ticket for us. That is a ticket which helps us to get into the water park. Now this ticket ID will then be used to find matches for us. So the playfab uses a matchmaking ticket process to check if someone else is in the same match as this ticket ID. If there is no one in the match, that means no one has been able to get into that match, or there are less number of users. So that's why status gives us waiting for match, and it also gives us the match ID. Now using this match ID, we get this matchmaking. Now this matchmaking is responsible is called when we create when we end our invalidate timer. So we can just call here get matchmaking. So when we call this get matchmaking, so it gets us the match which we are in, that is the match which the users have to join to play it. So it on success, if we have been matched, then it gives us the server details which we join using the IPv address and the port, and we just open the level like that, and it should work perfectly fine. So yeah, that's it for this video. Meet you in the next one. Thanks for watching PTide.